Located 26.5 miles from the closest mainland point, Santa Rosa Island is the second largest of the 8 Channel Islands. With over 53,000 acres of sandy beaches, grasslands, steep canyons, and occasional groves of trees, Santa Rosa Island and the other Channel Islands provided rich resources for seafaring peoples to thrive by hunting seabirds, sea mammals, fish, and shellfish. With extensive trade networks on the mainland, the island Chumash were able to trade marine resources with mainland people for goods they cannot harvest or produce on the island. With plentiful food and fresh water, the island supported several villages at the time of European contact. Walter L. Vale and J.V. Vickers, who purchased the island in 1901, were both prominent cattle ranchers who began introducing more cattle to Santa Rosa Island while removing the sheep, running a large stocker operation where young cattle were brought to feed on the island grass for 1 or 2 years and then sold to buyers on the mainland.
The cattle got fat and happy like they're supposed to do out here. They would bring them out. They would stay out here for a couple months, 6 or 7 months, to just basically eat and get fat and then get set back. So that was when what is it called? Free grain? Grain free? Great, whatever.
Free range?
Yeah, free range. That was still popular. And then it turned into how we wanted corn-fed cattle. So then they would have them free range out here and then they'd get sent to a factory and get corn-fed for a couple months before they went on the market. But first it was your first kind of grain-free, free-range hamburger. They're probably pretty good.
The 25-year use and occupancy reservation expired in 2011, leaving the entire island under the management of the National Park Service. Approximately 5,000 visitors come to the Santa Rosa Island each year to explore the world of the native Chumash, walk the shores where European explorers landed, visit the Island Ranch Complex, and see coastal California as it might have been hundreds of years ago.
On October 12th of 2018, we as a class set out to the island to help and volunteer ourselves to promote the island's well-being. Existing on the island itself are 2 main types of species, native plants and invasive species. Native plants are naturally occurring on the island, and invasive species have been brought onto the island over the years and are not naturally occurring. To combat the invasive species, we picked acorns as a class in hopes to plant and regrow oak saplings throughout the island.
We're really honored to be able to have a relationship with the National Park Service and to have an established research center here. That's actually pretty rare. There's very few in the country, and certainly the CSU, we're honored to be sort of a part of that. I think the biggest threat is that there's a couple of things. You always need funding and support from the community to keep cool initiatives like this going. And I think that we have a high caliber and expectations of our students for safety reasons and for the quality of the research that they do. So I think that the bar has been set high, and students just need to continue to sort of meet that bar and create those opportunities for them to have those experiences. I think the threat to Santa Rosa Island would be if people stop caring and if they prioritize something.
In just a couple hours, we got like 30 cows. So we have about a little bit more than half a day. So I bet we can do way more than 5 people. So I don't know if she said this, I don't have to try it, but last time I had someone here a couple years ago, we gathered seeds and they planted, Kathy told me yesterday, they planted 600 trees from them. And she sent me a picture of like little tiny trees. No, I forgot. No, she sent a picture of little tiny, like the little trees, but like this big, it's so cute. Yeah, but they're like ours. We like planted them. So, and they just did it. There was half of it, so we can get way more. 600 trees. And low, or it can be like a tree, like those ones are.
Oh, whoa.
Those are acorn trees up there. Those are acorn trees. Yeah. Look at that. It's theoretically on the floor, like it looks like here. Or those trees acorn trees.
You said you've been documenting your work for about 40 years. Have you seen any kind of progression since that time with the island?
Yeah, this Santa Cruz and Santa Rosa were very heavily grazed. Now, I'm not trying to put down what ranchers do, they have a different agenda. But when they left the islands, the park took over, the natural habitat was ruined. There was very little left. And so in the now almost 15 years, when you compare the two islands together, it's covered probably 300% of its once tiny range. And so a lot of native habitat is coming back. And a whole lot of plants are there. You can also see a ton more wildlife.